evolution with every single life, and it allows you to focus on big main subjects. Hi guys, this is CG from the Galactic Soul, and I'm coming to you with another episode of Spirit Dispatch. Why the long pause? I don't know, but I'm so happy that you decided to join me today. This is definitely a hot topic, and this is definitely going to spark some questions. So if you have any questions, definitely leave them in the comments below. But if you're new here, welcome, and make sure you hit subscribe in order for us to be YouTube friends. So this episode is on reincarnation, and it took me about 23 to 24 years of life to realize that this is so real. It is it's another level. It's another level. But reincarnation is really a spiritual concept that suggests that the soul or the spirit upon death is reborn into another body. And this could be right away. This could be years and years after. It really depends on your soul's evolution outside of Earth and how the cycle is going right now. So the cycle of rebirth can really occur many times depending on how much you need in order to be the eternal being that you always dreamed of. But it really allows individuals to learn and grow within Earth School. And it allows us to learn many lessons within many lifetimes. So it really is the core belief that we are always evolving. We are always growing. We are always changing. And if we are not doing those things, then we are not doing it right. So the longer we get to come to Earth and be part of Earth School. So just as a tip, but reincarnation is really known in a lot of religions and spiritual traditions, including Hinduism, Buddhism, all the above. But overall, we are eternal souls and we are always learning. So depending on what your mission is, it really depends on how many lives you have on this Earth School. So if that's something that interests you, definitely stick around. I love that you're all here and learning about this subject. But as always, I'm going to go over key concept, practices, origins, good, the bad, resources, all of the good stuff. So it's going to be fairly quick because there's not a lot on reincarnation, but overall, it's definitely a question for many people. So basic key concepts: the soul is perceived as beyond it, or it is perceived as something that lives beyond a single lifetime. And it's really the idea of karma, and I will link the video for what karma is up top. But the idea of karma is really the person's actions and how from one life it can influence the circumstances in future lives and how that goes about. So we really want to work on our karma in order to ascend, be better as an eternal being. This rebirth cycle, right? It's a continuous process of being born, dying, and being born into new bodies. It's really like the phoenix, where you die, you crumble to ashes, and then you re-emerge from those ashes and you start a brand new life. So this really creates a spiritual evolution with every single life, and it allows you to focus on big main subjects in your current life. And then once you learn those, hopefully you learn it within one lifetime, and then you go into the next lifetime and you have to learn something else. So really rebirth is, in the spiritual evolution, it's allowing and providing opportunities for your spiritual soul to grow and to develop into a very positive, all-knowing, eternal energy. As for origins, there's ancient roots, as I said before, even like Judaism, some Greek, Roman philosophers talked about reincarnations. It is very significant in a lot of indigenous cultures as well, understanding that you come from the earth and go back to the earth and come back and back and forth. But it really has grown a lot within the last couple of years in New Age spirituality and understanding how past lives really influence this life. And there's a lot more on past life regression therapy, which is going to be a video as well. So definitely we'll link that up there. But past life regression is a really deep therapy that a lot of people go through now. But if you are thinking about doing that, just a little tidbit, just know you cannot go back. Once you learn that information about your past lives, you literally cannot unlearn it. So just make sure it is the right choice for you. Other practices and cases other than past life regression, there's this thing called deja vu. And I really want to make a full video on it. So if I do, I will definitely link it up there. But just as a basic overview of deja vu, whenever I have it, it feels like you experienced this before. And it's interpreting some kind of energy into a past life many people believe that you've been there before, you've seen this before, but a lot of the time it has to do with your plan and you being on track because you choose this life prior to coming in as a soul contract. I'll link it up there. But you plan this life prior to coming into it. So deja vu is really going to allow you to understand and see that you are on track for this lifetime. But for reincarnation, it makes it seem plausible and makes sense because a lot of people believe you were born into this life and then you had no memories and then you keep on going. But with reincarnation, it makes you think about that planning stage of the soul contracts that were signed off on before you came into this life. Well, if you were planning that and you were making soul contracts, then what happened prior to make those soul contracts? You see what I'm saying? So there's this overall, you keep going further and further back and you're like, there's got to be something prior to that. And there's got to be something moving forward, whether that is eternal life, or what Egyptians, the afterlife. So whatever, I'm going off on a tangent, but it really is all connected. And deja vu is hey, remember that you planned this, you're meant to be here, you're meant to learn this lesson. And these lessons remind you that it's only this lifetime that you're learning these lessons right here in the now. I hope that makes sense. I'm kind of going off, but either way, as for the benefits, risks, overall benefits of understanding reincarnation is your guidance to find your purpose. It really provides a sense of continuity and it helps guide people to live with purpose because reincarnation, you come into this life with so many lessons and you want to get through those lessons and that is your purpose, right? So it really does help people towards purpose. When I started really understanding reincarnation and believing that this is legit, this is real, I did find my purpose. And that's what I'm doing right now. I help people on their spiritual journey. So definitely helps with purpose. It also provides comfort. The belief in rebirth, it really provides comfort for those that are grieving off of lost loved ones that have gone over to spirit, at least for right now. And it gives them a little bit more of an understanding that they're just not here physically, but they will come back or not and be guides. It really depends, right? Also, once you learn about reincarnation, it kind of allows you to explore your spirituality a little bit more. So it really opens pathways to exploration and growth and allowing you to understand the lessons that you're supposed to go through here within this lifetime, at least. Some things that may seem negative about reincarnation, I feel like it can lead to a lot of skepticism because it doesn't have any scientific evidence whatsoever. And it's like the greater realms and you just have to believe that it's there. But once you hit a certain point, it's there. There's nothing in a book that will say that it's 100% truth. As we go through alignment as a collective and humanity, quantum physics, oh my gosh, you go down a freaking rabbit hole, let me tell you. There's proof that there's different planes. There's proof that there's different frequencies. There's proof that, but it really doesn't, it's not set in stone. But really, what is set in stone, people? So could cause some skepticism. Also, it could cause confusion or fear because you might think that you are reliving past traumas or making karmic mistakes that are going to cause anxiety for future self. But I feel like if you are moving forward with learning about reincarnation and past lives and all of that, you're not going to just go to past life regression therapy just randomly because you learned about reincarnation. But that's why I say always be mindful that you can undo that. And that's where that fear comes in. So if you have any doubt whatsoever about learning about that kind of stuff, about your past lives and knowing this, don't even do it yet. And I say yet because I feel like in the future, you will get to that stage where you will be ready and your guides will allow you and let you know that you are ready because you will be searching out for that information. But if you're not ready, don't worry. Everything is divine time, right? So take that as you will. But really, as practices to learn more about reincarnation, definitely look at spiritual texts because there's a lot of teachings that discuss reincarnation and understanding the significance of it. And also there are a lot of, especially on YouTube and podcasts about past life therapy, specifically past lives podcast, where it really explores personal stories and interviews of people and experts on reincarnation and past lives and past life regression therapy and people who have gone through it and them understanding a little bit more because you do become more understanding of yourself after you go through that therapy, but it's so very much hardcore. So when you're ready, you will know that you're ready. But overall, this was reincarnation. I hope this answers a few questions that you may have had, but if you still have questions, definitely put them in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If this resonated or you did learn something, give me a thumbs up and hit subscribe, because I am not afraid to say it a few times per video. So thank you so much for being here today. Really, truly appreciate it. And make sure you remember to be yourself. Sending you so much love and light.